This moment is not random. It was never left to chance. I am the one who led you here. Through every distraction and every voice that tried to drown out mine, I kept reaching toward you. And today, you finally reached back. My beloved, listen carefully. I have been speaking to you all along. In those quiet hours before sunrise, when sleep left you and worry filled your mind, my voice was there. During the busiest part of your day, when something quietly stirred inside your heart without explanation, that was me. I spoke through the gentle breeze and through the silence around you. I placed thoughts within your heart that did not begin with you. But the noise around you became so great. The burden you carried became so heavy that my voice seemed distant. Yet I was never far away. I was nearer than your very breath. Even when the silence felt like it would never end, I remained beside you, waiting for this very day. How many times did I call your name? How many mornings did I gently pull at your spirit, only to watch the rush of life steal your attention away? I am not saying this to make you feel guilty. I am telling you so you will understand the importance of this moment. Today everything changed. Today you did not walk away. Today your heart answered before your thoughts could resist. And that one simple yes echoed throughout heaven. Listen closely. What is happening right now is not ordinary. These words are not carried by human lips alone. This is a declaration marked with holy fire, written by my own hand, spoken from my throne into the deepest place of your spirit. I chose this moment. I chose this breath. I chose you. Not because you deserved it, not because you had everything together, but because my love never waits for perfection. My love moves toward the broken and runs toward those who are tired. You have been carrying heavy burdens. I know it well. I have watched you bear loads that were never meant for you alone. I have seen you smile while your heart was breaking inside. I heard you say, I am fine, even while every part of you was crying out for help. You never have to pretend with me. I see beyond every mask you have ever worn. I know the real you. And I love that person completely, without conditions and without end. Nothing can separate you from my love. Not your mistakes. Not your questions. Not the long nights when you wondered if I was truly there. I was present through every one of those nights. I am present now. And I am here because you finally opened your heart to me. Can you sense it? That warmth filling your chest is more than emotion. It is my presence. It is heaven drawing near, pushing back every shadow that tried to settle inside your mind. Right now something is changing in the unseen world. Do not be afraid. As these words reach the deepest part of you, chains are beginning to fall away. The walls fear built around you are starting to break. The dry ground beneath your feet is becoming soft because living water is rising from deep within. I tell you this now. What has been asleep is waking again. The dreams you buried because the hurt became too much are beginning to breathe once more. The promises I gave you years ago, the promises you believed I had forgotten, I never forgot them. They were seeds placed in holy ground, and now the earth is beginning to open for them to grow. What was shut is opening wide. What stood in the way is being removed. The path that seemed impossible is being prepared by my own hand. Even as you hear my voice, know this. The enemy never wanted you to arrive here. He filled your thoughts with doubt. He whispered that this was pointless, that nothing would change, that you had heard promises before and nothing ever happened. But he speaks only lies, and he always has. You are here because my power is greater than every plan he made against you. You are here because the blood poured out for you still speaks today, and its voice is stronger than every accusation ever spoken against your name. So remain firm. Stand on this holy ground without fear. This is your appointed moment. Not tomorrow, not someday, right now. Heaven is watching. Angels are leaning in. My throne is focused on what is taking place inside your spirit at this very moment. Every force of darkness that tried to stop you from reaching this place has already been defeated. You were not brought here by accident. My hand guided you, and the one who brought you here will not leave you unchanged. I am beginning something new in your life. Can you feel it? I am making a path through your wilderness. I am causing streams to flow through your desert. Every dry place will soon overflow with my goodness. Every empty space inside your heart will be filled with my glory. This is not empty hope. It is a promise spoken by God Himself. My word never returns without accomplishing the purpose for which I sent it. So receive these words deep within your spirit. Let them soak into you like rain falling on thirsty ground. Do not allow doubt to steal what I am planting inside you today. This is your breakthrough. This is the moment everything begins to turn. Heaven has opened over your life, and what I pour out from my throne cannot be stopped by any power on earth. Declare your amen now if your faith receives this word. I know every part of your journey. Every season, every struggle, every battle no one else ever saw. I was there through all of it. You never have to explain your story to me, because I watched every chapter unfold. I stood beside you in the fire, and I carried you through the floods. My child, not one moment of your suffering escaped my eyes. I know how often you planted in tears. I heard every prayer you whispered when you barely had enough strength to breathe the words. You knelt before me while your body was hurting. You worshipped even though your heart was broken. You opened my word while tears blurred the pages. You lifted your hands toward heaven, even when they felt too heavy to raise. And every single time I was watching. Every single time my heart was moved. Did you think I failed to see it? Did you believe those moments disappeared into silence? I tell you the truth. I remembered every one of them. Nothing has been erased. Every tear you cried was gathered by me. Every prayer spoken in the darkness reached my throne. Every act of faith you offered when no one else noticed was written forever in my book. You said, I cannot keep going. More times than you remember. Yet you kept moving forward. That is what makes you different. Many others would have given up. Many would have walked away, blamed heaven, and allowed their hearts to grow hard. But you did not. Even when your faith became as thin as a thread, you still held on. Even when doubt surrounded you like heavy smoke, you refused to release my hand. That determined, faithful grip is what touches my heart. I know you feel trapped. I know it seems like you have done everything right while receiving nothing in return. You have prayed, you have fasted, you have obeyed. You have given even when you had very little. You have served others even when no one served you. You chose honesty when dishonesty would have been much easier. Yet the harvest still seemed out of reach. The blessing still appeared delayed. The door still stayed closed. I hear the question rising from deep inside you. How much longer? Lord, how much longer must I keep waiting? Listen carefully to what I want to tell you. I know it was painful to watch others receive the very things you had been asking me for. I know you saw people move ahead, rejoice, and share their testimonies while you remained standing with empty hands. I know the thoughts that came to you whispering, maybe God has forgotten me. Maybe He chose them instead of me. My precious child, I never passed you by. I was preparing something made especially for you. Something that could not be hurried. Something that had to arrive at the right moment. Their harvest belonged to them. Yours was being prepared with a greater measure, and a greater purpose that needed more time in my hands. I am not a God who forgets. I am not a God who loses track. Every seed you planted was counted. Every sacrifice you offered was measured. Every act of obedience was recorded in heaven. You planted through pain, and I kept every seed. You gave with shaking hands, and I multiplied what you released before it even reached the ground. Nothing, listen to me carefully, nothing you placed into my hands has been lost. It has been growing in a place you cannot yet see, in a garden you have not yet stepped into. But today I am opening the entrance to that garden. Today the season is changing. The long winter over your soul is ending, and the warmth of a brand new morning is beginning to touch your life. What I held back was never punishment. It was perfect timing. And that time has now arrived. The fruit that seemed delayed for so long is now fully ready, hanging low for you to receive. Your tears were never wasted. They watered the roots. Your prayers were never ignored. They became the light that lifted the harvest from deep within the ground. Your faithfulness during the dry season is the very reason the blessing will be so great now. Because you refused to quit, the reward will match your endurance. Because you kept walking when every voice told you to stop, I am releasing a harvest that will silence every doubt you ever carried. I am a God of justice. I never leave my faithful children without reward. I never allow their labor to be empty. Every bit of strength you gave, every lonely night you endured, every sacrifice that truly cost you, it is all returning to you. Pressed down, shaken together, overflowing into your life with such abundance that you will not have room to contain it all. Those you have carried before me in prayer will also experience that overflow. The doors that once slammed shut before you are about to open so widely that the sound will echo through every part of your life. What the years of dryness took from you, I am restoring. What the enemy tore apart, I am rebuilding. And I am doing it with such generosity that it will leave you speechless. Because that is my nature. I do not simply repay. I pour out abundantly. I overwhelm. I keep pouring until your cup is completely full. Then I place a larger cup into your hands. Let me remind you of a man who understood the sea better than almost anyone. Peter had spent his life on those waters. He knew every current, every tide, every shadow beneath the surface. He knew where fish gathered and where they disappeared. Yet on one certain night, they never came. Again and again he lowered his nets. He returned to every place that had always worked before. His arms grew tired. His back ached. Sweat and salt covered his body. Still nothing. Each time the nets came back empty, carrying only water and silence. Peter understood the sea, but I understood the miracle. My child, how many times have you done the same? How often have you cast your own nets into places that felt familiar, trusting what you already knew, and depending on what had always worked before? You followed the usual way. You did what seemed right. You kept working faithfully. Yet every time the nets returned empty, I watched you pull them back in. I saw the disappointment settle inside your eyes. Peter trusted his own experience. He trusted the patterns of the sea that had provided for him all his life. But hear me clearly. The impossible does not answer to human experience. It does not submit to your wisdom, your effort, or your ability. It responds to only one thing: my word. Only my word can command what human reasoning cannot explain. When I told Peter to cast the net once more, it made no sense to him. The sun had already risen. Every fisherman knows that daylight is not the time to cast nets. Everything inside Peter argued against it. His reasoning said no. His tired body said no. Everything he had learned on those waters said no. But something deeper awakened inside him. Something greater than logic and greater than experience. A quiet voice that rose above every argument in his weary mind, and he chose to obey. That one decision changed everything. Not the fish. Not the nets stretched to their limits. The miracle began the moment Peter answered, "At your word I will." The instant he placed my voice above his own understanding, heaven began to move. The waters beneath his boat changed. What had been empty all night became overflowing in one single act of obedience. And the blessing was beyond anything he expected. The nets filled so quickly they began pulling apart. Peter called for help because one boat could not carry everything I had prepared beneath those waters. A second boat came beside him, and even together they nearly sank under the weight of my blessing. What human effort could not produce through an entire night of work, my word produced in one moment of surrender. Listen carefully. This is not simply a story from long ago meant only to encourage you. This is your story today. Right now I am speaking over your life the same words I spoke over those waters. I am telling you to cast your net once again. I know you are tired. I know the nets feel heavy even when they are empty. I know you have whispered during the quiet hours, "What is the use of trying one more time?" But I am not asking you to try again by your own strength. I am asking you to cast again, because I have spoken. There is a great difference between those two things. When you move because I have spoken, all of heaven moves with you. The wind changes. The current shifts. What has been hidden beneath the surface begins to rise where your nets can reach it. My beloved, you have looked at empty nets for long enough. You have spent too much time counting what is missing instead of listening to what I am declaring over your life. The emptiness before you is not your future. It is only the final shadow of your past. I am breaking it apart even now. As my voice reaches you, something deep within the waters of your life is already beginning to move. I am stepping into your boat today, not tomorrow, not in some distant season you can only hope for. Today I am stepping into the very place where you have only known disappointment. I am standing in the middle of your frustration, and I am calling it to produce. What has been standing still is beginning to move again. The waters around your life are no longer quiet. Every barrier that has held back your harvest is being broken apart. Not cracked, not weakened, completely broken. Every wall that stood between my blessing and your waiting hands is falling as I speak. Every barrier that stopped provision, every unseen chain that kept you tied to lack, I am tearing them down. None of them can remain when my voice is spoken. Do not fear the abundance that is coming toward you. I know you have become familiar with empty nets. I know you have taught yourself to expect only a little, to settle for barely enough, and to prepare yourself for disappointment before it even comes. But what I am releasing into your life will be greater than every small expectation you have been carrying. It will not fit inside the containers you have been using. You will need larger vessels for what I am about to pour out. Peter could not hold the blessing I gave him by himself. He needed others beside him. He called across the water for help. You will do the same. The blessing I am sending will not stop with you. It will overflow into the lives of those around you. It will reach the people you love. It will touch the ones you have faithfully carried before me in prayer. This is not a small catch gathered from shallow water. This is the harvest of many years arriving within one season. So let me ask you something. Will you continue looking only at what seems empty? Will you trust only what your eyes can see and your hands can measure? Or will you answer my voice? Will you cast your nets once again, not because it seems reasonable, but because I have spoken? This is your moment. The same God who filled Peter's nets until they overflowed is speaking directly to you. I have never changed. My power has never grown weaker with time. My word still rules over the waters and everything beneath them. What I did for Peter on that morning, I am doing for you today. The season of delay ends now. The days of empty nets have reached their end. Cast your net again because I have spoken, and watch what I will do. Declare I believe. If these words are taking hold inside your spirit, know this. The things you never expected, I have already prepared. The blessings you believed you would never hold, I planned for you long before you ever asked me for them. While you rested, I was working. While you cried, I was arranging every detail exactly where it belonged. Nothing from your journey has been wasted, not one tear. Not one sleepless night, wondering if the next morning would finally bring relief. Hear my words now and let them settle deep inside your heart. Enough. Enough living with lack. Enough stretching every small resource until your strength is gone. Enough lying awake through the night wondering how you will face tomorrow. At this very moment I declare over your life that the cycle of emptiness is broken. It ends here. It ends today. Not little by little, not after many long seasons. It breaks apart like clay struck against solid rock. I am releasing over you a season of favor, unlike anything you have known before. This is not ordinary provision meant to help you barely survive. This is supernatural abundance. The kind that human understanding cannot explain, but that fills every dry place in your life. Even heaven itself is moving on your behalf. Things your eyes cannot see are lining up for your good. Currents your hands cannot feel are changing direction. And every one of them is flowing toward you. What is coming cannot be explained by human reasoning. Do not spend your time trying to connect it to your own effort or to someone you impressed. What is arriving in your life is an answer flowing directly from my throne. It is provision that no earthly method could ever produce. I am your source. I alone. And what I provide has no limit and no ending. Pay attention because the signs have already begun. Answers will appear where none existed yesterday. Doors no one could open will suddenly stand wide open. People who had forgotten your name will remember you and reach out, moved by a hand they cannot see or explain. Provision you never asked for will arrive freely before you. Roads that seemed permanently closed will suddenly become clear. These are not accidents, my child. They are the marks of my hand upon your story. Now I ask you to answer me with more than words. Take what is already in your hand, your provision, your seed, and place it before me on the altar, just as a farmer places precious seed into the ground believing it will grow. Trust me with what you sow. Let your offering become a declaration that you belong to the God who multiplies every gift offered in faith. Place your seed where your faith stands and watch heaven answer. The doors I open cannot be closed by any power on earth. When I send provision, nothing can stop it from reaching you. No enemy has the power to divert what I have prepared for your life. What I release follows a path no one can block, no one can steal, and no one can delay. It arrives exactly when I have planned, carrying my seal that can never be broken. I know years of disappointment have taught you to expect very little from tomorrow. Life has trained you to lower your expectations and protect your heart so future pain would not wound you as deeply. But I am not life. I am the giver of life. What I place into your hands never arrives carrying sorrow behind it. My blessing has no hidden bitterness. It comes full. It comes pure. It comes overflowing beyond what you can contain. The provision I am sending will surprise you in ways you cannot yet imagine. It will come through doors you never knew existed, through places you believed could never open. It will arrive through voices you never expected to call your name. Some blessings will come quietly like the morning dew before the day begins. Others will arrive suddenly like rain pouring from a sky that looked completely clear. But every one of them will carry the same unmistakable sign. They will be far beyond anything you could have arranged by yourself. The people you love will also be touched by what I am doing. Those whose names you speak to me during quiet moments, the ones you faithfully bring before me in prayer. I have heard every one of those prayers. Not one has been forgotten. Not one has escaped my attention. The answers are already on their way, moving toward you and toward them with the certainty of my faithfulness. Now release your striving. Stop holding so tightly to what little remains in your hands. Open your hands. Open your heart. What I am bringing into your life is far greater than anything you are trying to hold on to right now. You cannot take hold of what is new while your hands are tightly holding on to what has already passed. Place it into my hands. I have never failed those who chose to trust in my name. This is your season of overflowing blessing. The wells that once stood empty are filling again with water that never runs dry. The fields that looked lifeless are becoming green beneath my touch. The storehouses that once held nothing are filling from floor to ceiling with more than you can carry by yourself. This is my work. Not your strength, not your careful plans, not the people you know. I am doing it because I love you, and because this moment has always been part of my purpose for your life. I have been leading you toward this place, this abundance, this wonder, this moment where you finally understand that I was working the entire time. Remain steady and stay rooted in trust. Do not let your heart shake when the first signs of blessing appear, and your mind struggles to believe they are real. They are real. I am real. Every promise I have spoken over your life is beginning to come true. Trust me with the same faith that led a tired fisherman to lower his net one last time because I told him to. That faith broke through the impossible then, and it is breaking through the impossible for you today. I know everything that was spoken about you. I heard every whisper and every careless word spoken against your name. They looked at your quiet season and called it failure. They measured your waiting and decided your story was over. But they were mistaken. Every one of them. Some treated your life like something that would never come together. They pointed to your delays and believed your greatest days had already passed. They watched your struggle and decided the final page of your story had already been written. But they are not the author. I am. And I have not finished writing your story. My beloved, I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the beginning and the end. If I began a work inside you, I will complete it. If I am still working, then your ending has not yet come. What waits for you is not destruction. It is not defeat. It is glory. Clear, powerful, undeniable glory. Nothing in heaven or on earth can stop it from reaching you. Those who walked away from you will watch what I do. Those who laughed at your journey will witness your rising. The same people who believed you were finished will have no choice but to see my work in your life. Their words of doubt will disappear, like dust before the wind of my blessing. This is not about revenge. It is about revelation. I am revealing what I have always seen in you. Listen carefully, because I am telling you something important. I am creating something new. Can you see it? It has already begun to grow. Even now, beneath everything your eyes can see, new roots are spreading. New life is rising through ground that once looked empty. What seemed dead was only resting. What looked forgotten was being prepared. I never left you. I was planting in secret what I will soon reveal openly. I am removing the obstacles that have blocked your way for years. Long-standing barriers. Some you recognized, others you never noticed. I am bringing them all down. Hidden plans that worked against your progress. Agreements formed in darkness that slowed you down. Chains created in seasons you no longer remember. I am breaking every one of them. No weapon formed against you will succeed. No plan meant to delay your future will remain. I have already sent my angels ahead of you. Even now, while you hear these words, unseen forces are working for your good in ways you cannot yet recognize. Messengers carrying my purpose are preparing the road before you. They are removing obstacles. They are opening entrances. They are quieting those who oppose you. The path that once looked impossible is becoming straight, and you will walk it with confidence. I am putting every piece into place. People you have never met are being positioned to meet you. Connections you could never create on your own are being arranged by my hand. Opportunities that once seemed meant for someone else are now being directed toward you. Resources that remained hidden are being released. Nothing that belongs to you will stay beyond your reach. What I have assigned to your life cannot be taken by anyone else. Receive these words and let them settle deep inside you. This is a season of unusual speed. What once moved slowly will now move faster than you imagined. What looked years away is coming much sooner than you expected. Doors will open before you even knock. Answers will come before the questions fully leave your lips. Provision will appear before your need becomes overwhelming. This is not chance. This is not luck. It is the hand of your Creator working with purpose and perfect timing for your good. The days that felt the same again and again are about to change. The routine that made you wonder if anything would ever be different is coming to an end. Even now, new mornings are on the way. Mornings filled with fresh mercy and fresh direction. You will wake and notice something different. You will sense it deep within you. Something has shifted. Something has moved. The season has changed. What was dry will flourish again. What had faded will bloom once more. I am pouring living water over every empty place in your life. Fields that once produced nothing will bring such a great harvest that you will need help gathering it. The emptiness that filled your days is giving way to purpose, joy and meaning far deeper than anything the world could ever offer. I am speeding up things that seemed as though they would take years. I am shortening long journeys and bringing distant things close. The time you believed was lost is being restored. not simply returned but increased. What was stolen from you is coming back with even more. What the enemy consumed I am restoring many times over. Long seasons of drought are being answered with overflowing blessing. You will look back and wonder how everything changed so quickly. You will say, only God could have done this. And you will be speaking the truth, my precious one. The speed of what I am doing will amaze those watching your life. Promotions that seemed years away will come within one season. Breakthroughs others spent a lifetime pursuing will arrive through a single moment of my favor. I am not limited by human schedules. I create rivers in dry places and roads through the wilderness. What I speed up cannot be measured by a calendar. What I move forward cannot be slowed by any obstacle. I am never slow. I am never late. My timing is perfect, and my time for you is now. Your waiting was not wasted. Every tear watered the seed. Every difficult night strengthened the foundation beneath you. Now what was built in secret is about to be revealed for everyone to see. Be ready. Prepare your heart. Open your hands. What is coming will take both arms to carry. Declare, I believe it. If you know this season of acceleration belongs to you today, then hear what I want to say about the doors that once closed. I know how painful it was when they closed in front of you. I know what it felt like to stand before an entrance you believed was meant for you and find it shut. You knocked. You waited. You tried again and again. Yet it still remained closed. But hear what I am saying to you. Those doors that closed were never signs that I rejected you. They were directions leading you somewhere better. Every one of them. I did not stop your steps to be harsh with you. I did not block your way to punish you or keep you down. I held you back because I love you. I saw what was hidden from your eyes. Behind some of those doors were dangers that looked like opportunities. Behind others were roads that would have taken you away from the life I planned for you. You believed it was loss. I tell you it was rescue. You thought it was denial. I tell you it was protection. My child, the no you heard before is preparing the yes that will soon bring joy. What seemed like rejection was preparation. What looked like abandonment was careful positioning. I was never walking away from you. I was turning your steps toward something greater. I was leading you away from what was false and bringing you toward what was real. Every closed door was guiding you toward the place prepared for you. Do not grieve over what I removed from your hands. Some of those things you held so tightly were never meant to remain. They belonged to one season, and that season is over. If you had carried them any farther, they would have become a weight too heavy for you. I removed them, not to leave you with nothing, but to make room for what truly belongs in your hands. Trust the empty space. It was making room for something greater. Now hear what I am preparing. It is beyond what you ever imagined. You made plans and they were good. But my plans reach farther. You pictured a future, and I saw it with joy. Yet what I have prepared will make even your greatest dreams seem small. I am arranging things in ways you cannot yet understand. Relationships you never expected are coming together. Restorations you never even asked for have already begun. There are people being prepared to walk beside you even now. Friends you have not yet met. Partners in purpose whose lives will cross yours at the perfect time. These meetings are not accidents. They were established by me before the foundations of the world. I am weaving together people and opportunities with such perfect timing that when everything comes together, you will stand in awe before me. I am turning what once brought you shame into something that brings honor. The failures, the falls, the seasons you wish had never happened, I am transforming every one of them. What once embarrassed you will become one of your strongest testimonies. The places where you carried the greatest shame will become the places where my glory shines the brightest. Shame no longer has authority over your life. I am removing it from you like clothing that was never meant for you. The defeats of your past are not the end of your story. They are testimonies waiting for the right moment to be shared. Every battle you believed you lost was strengthening you. Every wound that marked your life was becoming part of a story that will give hope to others. The valleys you crossed will become bridges that help others find safety. Nothing was wasted. Not one tear. Not one sleepless night. Not one season of suffering. But listen carefully. I am also tearing down things in your life that were never built according to my plan. There are things you created through your own understanding that were never part of what I designed. Some of them seemed strong. Some appeared successful. But they were built on foundations I never established, and they cannot support what I am about to place into your life. Do not mourn when they fall apart. I am making room for something that will last. I am clearing away copies and substitutes that have crowded your purpose. The enemy placed counterfeits along your path. Things that looked like your calling but were empty copies. Positions that resembled your destiny but carried none of my anointing. Relationships that appeared to be covenant but lacked my blessing. One by one I am removing them. What remains after the clearing will be true, pure, and clearly from me. My beloved, I am sharpening your ability to discern. Even now, what was hidden beneath confusion is coming into the light. The fog is disappearing. Deception is losing its hold. You will begin to see people and situations with a clarity that surprises you. Motives once hidden will become clear. Roads that seemed uncertain will become easy to recognize. You will know my voice from every false one. You will speak with confidence, not pride, but confidence. The kind that comes from knowing me rather than knowing everything. When you speak, your words will carry weight. When you offer guidance, wisdom will flow through you. You will stop questioning every choice and shrinking back from every challenge. Peace will lead your decisions. Confidence will steady your path. You will choose with peace instead of endless worry and constant overthinking that once kept you stuck. That season is ending. I am placing within you a deep knowing that goes beyond human reasoning. It is the peace that passes understanding, and it will guard your heart and your mind. When the right decision is before you, it will settle inside you like an anchor reaching the bottom of the sea. When something is not for you, you will recognize it quickly, and you will have the courage to turn away. You will walk with purpose instead of wandering, instead of drifting, instead of only trying to survive each day. You will move with intention. Every step will have meaning. You will understand why you are where you are and where I am leading you. The confusion that once marked your journey is giving way to my direction. You are not lost. You never were. I have been leading you through the wilderness toward the land I promised. I am awakening a confidence inside you that does not come from your own effort. It does not depend on your performance or your accomplishments. It is not built on what you achieve. It is rooted in your identity, and your identity is this: you belong to me. That truth is the foundation for every confidence you will ever need. Not striving, not proving yourself, not trying to earn my love. Simply resting in the unchanging truth that you are chosen. You are loved. You are exactly where I need you to be. This confidence grows through your fellowship with me. It becomes stronger every time you come near and allow me to come near to you. It grows during the quiet moments in surrender and in the simple choice to remain with your Creator. The world says strength comes through endless effort and power comes from position. But I tell you that your greatest strength is found when you kneel before me. The deepest power you will ever carry comes from resting in my presence. Remain close to me. In that closeness you will discover everything your heart has been searching for. Listen carefully now, because what I am about to speak over your life carries the weight of a brand new beginning. You are not stepping into an ordinary season. This is not a small change or a slight adjustment. What is coming into your life cannot be understood by human reasoning. It cannot be measured by anything you have experienced before. I am bringing something so much greater than you expect that when it arrives, you will stand in quiet awe because words will not be enough. Right now I am sending resources on your behalf. I am raising help from places you never imagined. I am moving hearts, arranging connections, and preparing meetings that have been reserved for this exact point in your journey. These are not accidents. They are not coincidences. Every part is moving because I set it in place long before you ever prayed. Even for those whose names you bring before me in prayer, I am surrounding them with blessings because of the path you have chosen to walk with me. This is the sign I give you, my beloved. What once demanded constant struggle will now move with peace. Where you once fought for every step forward, you will discover that the path has already been cleared. That deep peace settling inside your spirit is the proof that I have taken visible control. I am no longer working only behind the scenes. I am stepping into the open places of your life. What was hidden will begin to appear with unmistakable clarity. Others will witness it. You will experience it. There will be no doubt whose hand has accomplished it. Even now, as you hear these words, I am renewing your mind. I am tearing down old arguments. Those tired patterns of thinking that kept you small. The lies that convinced you nothing would ever change. The habits that kept you walking in the same circles year after year. I am breaking them now. Not little by little, not slowly, but with the full authority that belongs to me. Those chains no longer have any right to keep hold of you. I have canceled every claim the enemy believed he had over your thoughts, your confidence, and your sense of value. My precious one, understand what I was doing during the quiet seasons. I was teaching you where no one else could see. I was building something deep inside you during those hidden days. When no one noticed your growth, I did. When others looked at you and saw stillness, I saw preparation. When they believed you were stuck, I knew you were being strengthened. Every loss you faced produced a character that cannot easily be shaken. Every season of silence made your spirit more able to hear my voice. Every closed door made you wiser, stronger, and more discerning than before. You will not return to the old cycles. That endless pattern of disappointment, that familiar feeling of almost reaching the promise, ends here. I am closing that chapter with my own hand. And I am closing it for good. You are moving ahead, and the road behind you is closing. Not because I am severe, but because I love you too deeply to let you return to what almost destroyed you. There is nothing left for you on the old ground. The soil there no longer bears fruit. The wells there hold no water. Everything before you is new. But hear me carefully. This new season calls for a new way of living. You will no longer react to everything around you. You will no longer be carried by every opinion, shaken by every voice, or ruled by every fear. From this moment forward, you will walk by my direction. My guidance will lead you. Peace will become your compass. Clarity will become your light. Strength will rise from so deep within you that life's storms may strike the surface, but they will never shake your foundation. You will carry a quiet confidence that surprises even those who thought they understood you. That confidence is not created by you. It comes from me living within you. I am directing every one of your steps with care. Every turn, every crossing, every decision, I will already be there before you arrive. I am giving you discernment so you will recognize wrong paths before they waste your time. I am giving you wisdom to build well, to care faithfully for everything I place in your hands in a way that honors both the gift and the one who gave it. I am also giving you clear vision. Not cloudy. Not incomplete. Clear enough to move forward without fear into the territory I have already secured for you. My child, this is your commissioning. This is the moment when everything changes. Not because you earned it, but because I have chosen it. Not because you are flawless, but because you belong to me. Stand upright. Take a deep breath. Let the burden leave your shoulders. I am carrying it now. Lift your eyes and look toward the future I have prepared for you. It is wide. It is good, and I will walk every step with you. Never behind you. Never far away. Always close enough to hear your whisper. The person you used to be could not carry what is coming. But the one I have shaped through the fire, the one who endured, who kept believing, who refused to release faith even in the darkest season, That is the one who will walk into this new beginning. And you are ready. I have prepared you. Now rise and move forward with me. Say, I am ready, if you are willing to walk into everything I have prepared for you. We run on viewer support only. For exclusive member-only content, scan the QR or see the pinned comment. God bless you.